Hello everyone, People41 here. Welcome back to the Messy Electronics Bench. Today, we're going to be discussing wig-wag modules. Now before I even get started here, I'm going to say this right now. If you follow anything you see in this video and you get yourself into trouble, well, I'm not responsible for that. It's all on you. So, for those of you who might not know what a wig-wag module is, this is responsible for causing the headlights or taillights on cop cars and first responder vehicles to flash in an alternating fashion. So I have two wig-wag modules here. I've got a Wayland and then this one is a sound off signal. Both of these are solid state modules. Both of these came from ex-cop car Impalas. Now, during the decommissioning process, they tend to remove a lot of the fun electronic stuff that cop cars come with. But I find that they tend to leave these wig-wag modules in place since it doesn't affect the operation of the car, and usually they've removed whatever switchgear was activating it in the first place. Now for this video, we're going to go ahead and just focus on the Wayland, simply because it's smaller and will fit into the frame better. Now this wouldn't have been installed from the factory. This would have been installed by whoever installed all the police equipment, but the cop car version of the Impala actually came with the necessary wiring to make this very simple. So from the factory, it would have been set up just like this. You would have found this connector down in the front near the headlights. So these two wires on the end here, these actually are for your left and right high beams. These provide your voltage, your positive voltage to the high beams. Now on this side, of course, you have corresponding wires for that would supply power to your high beams normally. But you've also got all these wires, and all these extra wires are entirely for these flasher modules. Now if you have a police package Impala and you don't have one of these, you can just plug it right in, and then there should be a wire under the dash that you simply apply power to and it will function. But you can wire these up to just about any car as long as you know how. So I've gone ahead and figured out what each wire does, and I've got it written down here. I also will have a wiring diagram up on the screen now, which you can look at if you want to do it that way. Now, if I'm being honest, my pinout diagram is a little bit crude, but it works. So we're going to be doing the vehicle side of the harness because the wire colors tend to vary based on what module you have. So with the connector clip facing towards you, starting from the top, you're going to have a blue and yellow wire. This is actually a signal wire that goes back to the BCM and tells it whenever this module is active. And the reason for that is because on the Impalas, the wig-wag function of the rear taillights is actually controlled by the BCM. So the next wire is going to be green and red. This is your turn-on wire for this wig-wag module. Apply 12 volts to this wire and the module activates. Then you have a green and black wire. That is your right high beam power feed. You put 12 volts to this and your right high beam is going to light up. So next is your red and white wire. This is actually going to be battery voltage. This has voltage at all times. Next is going to be a green and white wire. This is your left high beam power wire. And then finally at the bottom, solid black is going to be your ground. And then of course the other connector is ultra simple, just your two high beam power wires, and they're the same colors as the ones coming in. You have your green and black for right and green and white for left. Unfortunately, it's kind of dark outside and it's been raining all day, so I can't really show this on a car. So instead, I've set this up on the bench. We've just got some 3157 bulbs and alligator clips to connect everything. So down here, you notice I've twisted these two wires together. These are the power wires for the high beams. And then this right here is our battery power coming in. So if I touch those together, high beams will light up like normal. Now this right here, this is our green and red wire, which activates the wig-wag function. So if I touch this to our 12-volt feed, it activates the wig-wag function. Now this one, not only does it alternate, but it speeds up and slows down as well. And that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below.